All right, hi everyone. My name is John Carrillo, retired casino dealer of 25 years. You might remember me from such movies as Introduction to Blackjack. You might remember me from Senior Socials, the upcoming Euchre Tournament, Domino Tournament, Uno Tournament. I am the unofficial director of table games here at the library. This next session, we're going to be discussing the game of craps. Craps is played in most casinos. It can be very simplified to play in alleyways, in back rooms, in basements of parties, but generally we'll be following the casino version of craps. I want to start today's information about some common craps glossary terms. The dealer or the base dealer. For this layout, it's what most casino tables will look like. There will be what's called prop bets in the middle. There'll be a dealer on that side. There'll be a boxman sitting over here. And there'll be a base dealer on either side. And this table will be mirror imaged on the other side of that prop section. So the base dealer is the dealer standing at the top of this table. He has a bankroll in front of him. He has a bigger bankroll in front of the boxman. He's the person that will set up all your bets. He will pay your bets that win, and he will take your bets that lose. I kind of mentioned the dealer in the middle. On the opposite side will be standing in front of the prop bets. It's called the stick man. It's not intended to be racial or sexist in any way. It's just the man with the stick. The stick man is the person making the verbal calls. He will send the dice to a shooter, and he will retrieve the dice. He will hopefully have a stick long enough that there's no spot on the entire table that he can't reach with his dice stick. And he knows how to slide it around bets to get it back to where he needs it. When dice are not being used, they will be kept at the top of the prop bets, in front of the boxman, and they will be out of everyone's way. The boxman is the person sitting at the table. He watches what's going on at the game. The boxman and the stick man share a role that when the dice land on the side, stick man's watching the dice. He's also glancing at the bets that are on the side of the table to make sure that the base dealer is paying him right. Stick man can't watch both sides and the dice. So when the dice land, the boxman turns to the opposite way of the dice, and he makes sure that that base dealer is paying everything right. The boxman also validates your cash buy-ins. He will validate your color up of chips when you're leaving. You're leaving and you have a big pile of all your bets. You don't want to carry that over to a cashier window. You can give all that to the boxman. He will count it up in front of you. He will not cover it. He will call out what he gets, add it up and tell you that your chips equal this amount of money. Base dealer will then cut out that amount of chips of higher value, give it to you to cash out. The boxman also has the job of assigning how much each player is wagering, an average wager. An average wager for a player is not the minimum that they've ever bet, and it is definitely not the most they've ever bet. Players sometimes forget. They'll play $5, $10 for an hour, and then get a hot roll, and press that $5 or $10 up to $110. Get ready to leave and say, oh, what was my average? Well, their minimum was $5 and their maximum was $100 wagered, $110, so their average is like 55 or something. They want that $110 average for the entire time they play. And that's not what an average is. An average should comparatively be in the middle. Some players don't seem to understand that. Refer to players. Anyone on the table who makes a wager on the outcome of the dice is a player. It's not somebody who has multiple partners go home with them at night. If I refer to the shooter is the one player on the game who gets to throw the dice. Shooter generally rotates clockwise. We offer it to any player that makes a wager. You do not have to shoot if you don't want to. But it's one of the funnest parts of the game, so we recommend it. Another term that I use on dice is the curmudgeon. It's essentially a bad-tempered old person. If you play at a casino that has regular gameplay on a dice game, 9 out of 10 of your players will be curmudgeons. This game draws in old males that want to play. If I may ever make the reference to what a George is on a dice game, George is the generic term that all dealers use to refer to any player that tips the dealers. They're usually smiling, they're usually happy, they're usually winning. Any player on the table that's happy and tipping the dealers will get better service if that option is available. Somebody mean, cranky, swearing, effing you out every roll of the dice, you're not going to want to deal with that player, and you're going to hope they lose so they can leave. So if you're ever on a casino and someone makes reference to a player named George and you know that player's name is not George, especially if it's a female, now you'll know that they're just telling the other dealers that's someone who's tipping and taking care of us. All right, now on to the game. As a courtesy to all the players, you need to wait until the dice are in the middle of the table, above the prop section, before you enter a game, before you reach over the table, before you make your bets. If the dice are out here, somebody's going to pick them up at any time and go. It's not the shooter's responsibility to see where every player is, to notice what bets every player is making, to throw the dice around players. It's just a shooter. They're picking up 2 dice and they're throwing them. So, to keep from getting hit from the dice, if you see the dice in the middle, then you can go ahead and wager. Another real common thing for when the dice are in the middle, we'll have an off puck on the table. The opposite of the off puck is the on puck. The off puck is generally black. And it's usually kept in this box called the Don't Come Bar 12. If you ever see a black puck in the Don't Come box and the dice in the middle, that means this is a good time to get into the game, leave the game, call some bets out. It's kind of the intermission part of the roll. If you know this is white, it's on a number, it's in the middle of a roll. More of a chance that you're going to interrupt what's going on, that you can get hit by the dice. If you notice this white on puck on, and the dice are not in the middle, you're going to interrupt this game, you can get hit by the dice. If you get hit by the dice, everyone will blame you. It's your fault if they don't get paid. Dice in the middle, black puck on the Don't Come. Just like blackjack, no food is allowed at the table. No drinks are also allowed at the table. Most casino craps tables will have a rail surrounding it. They will have a high wall with a rail in it. The rail is specifically carved to fit your chips into, so you don't have to hold them. They're not there to set your drinks on. There is a shelf underneath the rail on the outside of the table to hold your drinks, to hold your gloves, to hold your cell phones, hold your purses. But keep in mind there's no surveillance coverage of that shelf. So if you have something extremely valuable, be aware anyone can walk by and grab what's under that table. And players have stolen other players' drinks. All right, I don't know if I can demonstrate all these. Casino will have 5 dice for play. Of the 5 dice, we will only use 2. So you will pick out any 2. If you like the same number, if you like the ones that aren't the same number, if you like even numbers better than odd numbers, whatever your superstitions are. If we offer you 5 dice to shoot, you can pick 2 to play. The others will go out of bounds. We ask that you don't snap the dice, and I don't do this very well. Snapping is people that can put pressure on here to make them flip, and they, well, of course I can't do it. They will snap into each other on opposite sides as you keep snapping. And all that's doing is putting pressure on the very ends of the dice, and they can break. They are very sturdy, but I have seen chipped dice. Another one we ask is you don't rub the dice. Rubbing the dice is once you have it, you put it on the felt table, and you literally rub them, get them to burn, get them to wear off the shiny finish that's on them. If you want to do that at home, that's fine. But in the casino, they're going to use these all day. They don't want people rubbing them. I also mentioned the burning. Burning is a particular rub where you'll just take the one corner you want to burn and you'll just drag it on the table every time you throw. You do it long enough, that corner is not sharp, and it'll change the way the dice land. The 2 dice the shooter's going to use, they must stay visible. They can't shoot the dice like this. I can't see them. Surveillance can't see them. Must stay visible. They must stay over the table. They can't take them back here. They can't take them underneath to their drink. They can't give it to their girlfriend to blow on. Gotta stay above the table. Gotta be able to be seen. Another thing, don't slide the dice. You can't go to roll. Put them down how you want them to roll. Let's say I'm setting on 11. And then just go, oh, that's my roll. You have released them, they have gone forward, but that's sliding and that's not allowed. Another one is you can't throw the dice one at a time. My son likes to do this. You can't go that and see what that is, and then roll that and say, oh no, I've got an 8. If the 2 dice don't leave your hands at the same time, it's a no roll. So you need that. You can even have 1 dice go forward and 1 just fall. It kind of left your hand at the same time. It's still a good roll. Alright, as a courtesy, and I know this from dealing, don't be the shooter that throws these dice at other players. Again, each corner is very sharp and they can draw blood. On the same note, don't throw these dice at the base dealer who's over there. He doesn't like to get hit either. Don't throw these dice at large wagers. back it up. Don't intentionally try to throw, knock that pile of chips over. So to do that, so you're shooting over here, mirror image of this board over there. They ask you to roll a dice down the middle on the other side, and they would like you to hit the dice against the back wall. The walls of a dice game, what is it? I don't know what the term is. I call it the gator skin. They have a bumpy mountain range of a wall around the dice game. So when the dice hit it, it won't come off at a flat angle. It'll have some angle that makes it tumble when it falls. That's why they want you to hit the back wall. Dice must land on the table to be valid. If you throw the dice, one lands on the table and one bounces over the rail and lands on the floor, regardless of what it is, it doesn't count. Surveillance can't see it. We don't have anyone with a badge, gaming badge, that can validate what it is before a player touches it, before a player kicks it, before a player takes it and puts it in their pocket. So keep in mind, both dice must be on the table. If anything besides what I've already described happens, stickman, the boxman, and the base dealer have the right to call no roll, which means something that they can't explain happened, but whatever roll isn't going to be called, isn't going to be honored, isn't going to be paid. It can happen if 5 rolls, it can happen if 7 rolls. Good or bad, if it's not a valid roll of the dice, somebody will call out no roll. The shooter, again, the player with the 2 dice who throws them, has the option to pass during their roll at any point. They're just tired of rolling. Pass the dice, you just set them down and say, I pass. I'm done throwing them. All the bets will stay on the table as is. All 5 dice will be dropped out. They'll be offered clockwise to the next player. They will have the option to finish his roll and then start their roll. A player must have a pass line bet or a don't pass line bet, and I will explain that in a further session, future session. But you must have a pass line bet in order to shoot. You can't make a bet over there and shoot the dice. Can't make a bet over here and shoot the dice. You have to make a pass line bet in order to shoot the dice. If you're not shooting the dice, you're not required to have a pass line bet. You may play it if you want, but you're not required. The pass line bet is one of 2 bets on the table that is a contract bet. It must be decided on. So you will either win this or you will lose it. Like I said, if you wanted to pass the dice, you don't have to shoot, but that bet has to stay there. Somebody else has to make the decision now. All right. I don't know if this is viewable by the camera, but this is an in general probability chart for 2 6-sided dice. It goes through. You roll 2 6-sided dice, there are 36 possible outcomes of the combination of the dice. 2 being the least probable. There's only one way to roll a 2. It has to roll a 1 and a 1. 12 has the same deal. Only one chance out of 36 it's going to roll, and it has to roll a 6-6. By comparison, in the middle here is a 7. There are 6 ways that a 7 can be rolled out of 36 rolls. 1 6, 2 5, 3 4, And then the opposite 4-3, 5-2, 6-1. So you're a lot more probable to roll a 7 than you are a 2 or a 12. You're much more probable to roll a 7 than rolling a 2 and a 12. The math probabilities can help explaining some of the wagering you can make later on. All right, now the actual gameplay. I'll give you your chips back. We are only going to focus on, for this first session, the pass line bet. Most bets are bet in relation to the pass line. So if you have a clear understanding of a pass line bet, you can sort of follow along on what the other bets are. Okay, so take a chip, make a pass line bet. I'll offer you a chance to shoot. Pick 2 of those 5 dice. Pick those away. Another thing that we have is we only want you to touch the dice with one hand. I don't know if I mentioned that one. I don't think I did. People can put things in 2 hands, and 2 hands will cover the dice, so I can't see them. Maybe if you were off strip in Vegas, they would allow you to cover 2 hands. But here in the Midwest, we assume everyone is cheating us, so we try to deter that. This is the simplicity of the game. She's shooting 2 dice. This black puck is off. This is called the come out roll. Her first roll, if it's a 7 or an 11, the pass line wins even money. I'm just going to say it's a 7.
Close enough.
So she would win that even money. We will then take new bets, bring them up, dice to the middle. Everyone's made their new bets. You can add, you can take away, you can shift. You only need 1 stack. And we'll send you the dice back. We will send the dice back not on a 7. As a courtesy to the shooter, whatever we send the dice on is kind of what we like predicting is going to roll. So we don't send the dice on a 7 because we don't want a 7 to roll in the middle of the game when 7s would be bad. All right, so 7-11 would win on that first roll. If she rolls a 2, 3, or 12, the pass line would automatically lose. Hey, she rolled a 2. That's it. Dice come back to the middle. She has a chance to make a pass line bet again if she wants to roll. Continue rolling. Now, there's 6 other outcomes. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10. So you may roll and we'll see until we get one of those. She rolled to 9. Pass line wins on 7-11, loses on 2, 3, or 12. If I get out my chart. 7 is most probable. We're adding 2 possibilities for the 11. 2, 3, and 12 are 3 of the least probable. So on the first roll, it's to your advantage to have a pass line bet. You're twice as likely that the pass line's going to win than it's automatically going to lose. 6 ways to roll a 7, 2 ways to roll an 11. So 8 ways to win out of 36. 1 way for a 2, 2 ways for a 3, 1 way for a 12, 4 ways out of 36 to lose. But this time she rolled a 9. So now I'm going to take this puck, turn it white, put it on the 9. The 9 has become her point. She has established a point. Any one of these 6 numbers can be a shooter's point. Anyone walking up to the game now sees this white puck is on, sees it's on a number. They know every bet on the pass line is a decision on the 9. Once a point is established, to win that pass line bet, you need to roll another 9 before the next 7. No other numbers matter. So, roll a 9 to win. She rolls a 9. Pass line wins even money. Made the point. We turn this off. We're now back to the come out roll. And this is considered the first roll. So 7-11 would now win. 2, 3, and 12 would now lose. Three. And that's the simplified version of dice. 3 was the first roll, would be a loss. You may, again, make a wager if you want to continue shooting. 8. Point is 8, mark up the 8. To win this, 8 must roll before the next 7. Nothing else matters. She rolled a 3. Nothing else matters because this is white and it's on the 8. 3 would lose on the first roll, but on an intermittent roll, doesn't matter. She rolled a 9. Doesn't matter. 8 to win.
Sorry.
7 to lose.
Oh,
that's fine.
Struggling.
2. No matter. 5, still no matter. Now, when a player is rolling like this, other players will be making wagers, different numbers. Players will be getting paid, but not the shooter. All right, she rolled the 7 before she was able to roll another 8. So the pass line loses. Puck turns black. Dice are dumped. Gets offered to the next player who wants to make a pass line bet. Let's see what else I wrote. Shooter makes that first point. We then start over with them continuing to shoot. Brand new. The shooter rolled the 7 before the point, which he just did. All pass line bets lose. Dice rotate to the next shooter. All right. The only other bet I'm going to introduce now. Go ahead and make a pass line bet. 2 dice. Roll it. 7. Winner. And I would really do that in a casino.
I probably wouldn't have caught it.
A felt table in a casino has a little bounce, but not much. So I know how to toss a chip to pretty much land wherever I need it to.
I roll again.
You roll again, we're coming out. What do you need to win?
Either 2, 3, or 12.
No.
Oh.
To win.
Oh.
Win your pass line bet. First roll.
Oh, 7 or 11.
7 or 11 to win. 2, 3, or 12 would be an automatic loss.
Oh, okay.
Any other number becomes a point.
Okay.
7, player wins. Going. Another 7.
Spectacular.
You keep making the same minimum. You can press it if you want. Another 7.
Yeah, I can do that.
3. 2, 3, or 12, well, it loses. But you're still the same shooter if you want to keep going.
Yeah, sure.
On my example, you better keep going.
Nope.
7. To inform, a 2, 3, 12, 7, and 11 are called natural rolls. So if we had the streak going now, I would call the shooter a natural. You want to play both?
Yeah.
All right, make it one pile. 3.
Thanks.
Keep your pass line up if you want to shoot. Point is 9. All right. This new wager I'm going to give you is called the odds. A lot of things in the casino are the odds. So you don't confuse which odds is particularly. In dice, it's a wager that we'll put behind their pass line bet. Odds will pay, well, the pass line will pay even money. The odds on a pass line will always pay better than even money. The odds are an additional bet that the shooter will make their point. In this particular case, this table is going to offer 2 times odds, which meaning she could go the 1 chip or she could double it. Odds pay out mathematically exactly to the probability chart. She would win on any 9. There are 4 ways to roll a 9 out of 36 rolls. She only loses on the 7. There are 6 ways to roll a 7 out of 36 rolls. So 4 ways to win and 6 ways to lose. What would odds pay? They would pay 6 to 4, or 3 to 2, or 1.5. Because it's all the same math.
Sorry, I'm kind of confused on what
Oh,
you're asking.
no. There's 6 ways to roll a 7 out of 36 rolls. There's 4 ways to roll a 9. So, by the comparison, there's 6 ways to lose, there's 4 ways to win. So now we're gonna round that down. 6 to 4 is exactly the same as 3 to 2. So 3 ways to win, 2 ways to lose. Rounding that down again, it's 1.5, which is 3 halves. 1.5 times that it's going to lose. But if it wins, we'll pay 1.5 times on your odds.
Okay, I see.
So I don't have it, but you would win even, and then a half more, and then an even on your pass line.
I see.
Odds always pay better, and they pay true mathematically. You won't have a better you won't have a better bet in the house because it's the only bet where the house doesn't have an inherent edge. But they offer this odds bet because the house has the edge on the pass line. House always has to have something in their advantage. So, your point is 9. You made an odds bet. What do you need to win?
9.
Another 9. 10, doesn't matter. 12, does not matter. 8, doesn't matter. It's one way to win, one way to lose. 6, doesn't matter. 8, 10. 6,
Dang.
7, out. She was unable to roll that 9 again. These bets would lose. All dice get dropped, mixed. Goes to the next person with a pass line who wants to shoot. If you have any questions about the pass line, you may ask now, otherwise. Session 1 of Introduction to Craps is over.
That makes sense.
What do you win on the first roll? Puck is black.
7 or
7 or 11. How do you lose on the first roll? Puck is black.
2, 3, or 12.
2, 3, or 12. becomes your point.
Yep.
If it's your point, puck will be white, it'll say on. How do you win this bet?
Get the same number, you get your point,
Roll the same number, you need to roll a 6. How do you lose this bet?
roll 7.
Roll 7. It's that simple. There's all these other bets that will be explained in the future, but if you understand the pass line, you understand dice.